ki tisa et rosh bnei Yisrael. Ki, we've seen the word ki opening a conditional clause in the past. Okay. And ki certainly can do that. Okay. So the conjunction ki could either be an opening of a conditional clause or a temporal clause. And since it's the same word, it can be up to the commentator, the interpreter of the text, to decide which of them is more relevant here. Okay. When, okay, you do something, or if you do something, okay. And when you lift the head of the sons of Israel, literally, ki tisa et rosh bnei Yisrael. So, literally, when you lift the head of the sons of Israel, contextually meaning when you take a census of the people of Israel, you lift the head, you count heads. Okay, rosh bnei Yisrael. We've seen examples of this in the past. Each and every one of the children of Israel, his head is lifted, he is counted. Okay.
So the word temple tax, is it appropriate as long as the temple is not there? So before that,
yeah, okay. So temple tax is the popular name of this Machatzit HaShekel, okay, which we'll see in the next verse. And this is the manner by which we do it, okay? This is the manner by which we count the people of Israel, because you don't want to count, okay, each of them. But we have, as I said, a temporal or a conditional clause. I would call it more of a temporal clause. And we have a distributive use of the word rosh, each head of the people of Israel, okay? Then we do it by venatenu, okay? The root of venatenu is my own name, right? So Netanel, same as venatenu, they shall give. Each person, ish, literally a man, but again, distributive. Each person, each man, the kofer nafsho, the ransom of himself, of his soul, of his self, to the Lord when they are being counted, when they are being censused, if that is indeed a verb. Bifkod, note the bet preposition followed by the infinitive construct. Bifkod, when counting. Otam, when counting them. Okay. Velo yihye bahem negef bifkod otam. So there will be no striking against them when they are counted. So bifkod otam, the bet preposition with the infinitive construct, creates this temporal clause when counting them. When you count the children of Israel, they should give this when you count them, so there will be no striking against them when you count them. Bifkodotam. Let's see the next one. I saw a hand before or something. Anyone wants to take the next one? Verse 13. Ulrike, go ahead.
זה ייתנו כל העובר על הפקודים מחצית השקל בשקל הקודש.
הקודש, right?
20 גרה השקל מחצית השקל תרומה לאדוני.
Okay. Very good. English, please.
This they shall give everyone that passeth among them that are numbered 1/2 shekel after the shekel of the sanctuary. The shekel is 20 gerahs, 1/2 shekel for an offering to the Lord.
Right. So, ze yitenu. Ze, okay, is the immediate proximal demonstrative. This is why the rabbis said that God showed Moses a coin, exactly the size that the Israelites should give, and he told them this, ze. When you can point to something, you say ze. This is why when the people of Israel are praising God at the sea, ze eli v'anveu. This is my God, and I shall, whatever anveu means, beautify, build an abode, depending which translations you use. Ze is when pointing towards something. It's a demonstrative pronoun that comes before here the verb, and in traditional rabbinic view, this means that you're pointing towards something. Ze yitenu kol ha'over. Ha'over, we have the definite article preceding a participle form, okay, making it a noun, okay, making it used as a noun. So it's a substantive or substantival participle. It's a noun. Anyone who is passing through the numbering, which means who is numbered. Machatzit HaShekel BeShekel HaKodesh. Okay, 1/2 shekel. Which shekel? Shekel HaKodesh. Shekel HaKodesh might be different than other shekels. According to rabbinic view, it was indeed different. How much is a shekel? How much is a shekel? What is the root of the word shekel, guys?
Shin, Kuf, Lamed.
Shin, Kuf, and Lamed, right. And this root has to do with weighing. Weighing. How do you say weight? How much do you weigh in modern Hebrew? Kama ata shokel, shokel, like the active participle. Or how do you call the weights? Mishkolo, mishkal. How do you call weights when you lift them? These are mishkolot. Okay, so all related to shekel. And these are related to the weight of the silver, okay, or the gold, but usually the silver. When in the New Testament you talk about 30 pieces of silver, you talk about a certain weight, not necessarily 30 coins, okay, but a weight of 30. By the way, this also goes back to the Hebrew Bible, the 30 pieces of silver. Maybe one day we'll talk about that. Machatzit HaShekel BeShekel HaKodesh. So how much is a shekel? Anyone knows how much is a shekel?
Two half shekels.
Come again?
I was being funny. I said 2 half shekels.
A shekel is 2/2 shekel, right? I cannot deny that, but I want to tell you that it's not absolutely accurate. It's generally accurate because the Mishnah says
what you weigh, doesn't it?
Rebecca.
Yeah. Obviously, we're talking about the weight, but you should know that the Mishnah says that if you have to give a little bit more to cover for the changing. So when you change 1 shekel into 2 half shekels, or the other way around, you have to give it a bit more for the changer to change it. So it's not like today that they would break you a dollar without taking a commission. They did have a small commission. So 2 halves are not necessarily 1 shekel, but
today you have a piece of metal with a nominal worth, but
right.
in the time when shekel was synonymous with the actual value, then you would weigh some precious metal, and then it depends on what metal you weigh.
Yeah, but how much would you have to weigh in order to have a shekel? What was the weight of that unit?
I don't know, silver about 100 some grams or some.
100 grams, it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Okay, so how do we know? I'm gonna tell you a number, but how do I know?
Didn't they put equivalents with stones or some items that would?
Very good, very good. So we do have weights from biblical times. Okay, we do have stone weights that were found that are shekel. So we know that the average shekel, it was about 11.5 grams or something like that.
Okay, yeah, that's
of silver. Okay, and we have other units like half a shekel, which is known in biblical Hebrew as beka. Beka is half a shekel. We do have that unit as well. And we have 2/3 of a shekel. We've talked about it in the past. And we know that shekel is 20 gerah. So how much is a gerah?
1/20 of a shekel.
Oh, thank you very much. You're quick with the math. Very good. So gerah comes probably from the seeds of the carob tree. And the seeds were roughly, as you can imagine, 0.05. When 20 of them would give you 10, around 10. Okay, so around 10 grams. So 0.5 of a gram, 20 of which give you 10 grams. So that's 20 gerah HaShekel. The popular belief was, which was for practical purposes correct, that each of these seeds weighs the same. So they don't, but they're close enough. So 20 of these seeds would give you half a shekel. As teruma ladonai, as a given offering, donation. We've talked about lifting. Okay, teruma ladonai. So that's the first subject of the weekly portion, the temple text. There is no temple yet. There is the tabernacle later on to become the temple text. In the time of Nehemiah, he says that only 1/3 of a shekel should be given, but the shekel changes over time. Today, we don't have a temple. We still give as a reminder. Okay, started as today with the silver being high, and some people want to give according to the value of silver. So today, some people give about, I would say, $25 per person. That's, some people give that. You can also give half of the current shekel or 3/2 of the current shekel, which means 3 halves of the shekel, which would amount to $1/2, or you can give 3/2 of a dollar, which would amount to $1.50. Everyone gives what they, it's not like obligatory as it used to be. Okay, a very important subject in the weekly portion, the golden calf, the sin of the golden calf. Let's see this verse, read it, and talk about some